Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is awful. Fantasy Heights. This fantasy theme park should prove a different challenge to build up a theme park. Your objective, to repay your loan and achieve a park value of at least £1 million. Okay, so we've got 45,000. Hideous. Why have they gone for this? Why have they gone for the green checkered pattern thing? Why would you do that? Why? I don't understand. Okay, let's have a look. 165,000 loan, 5% per year. Okay, that's fine. If the interest was a lot higher, that would be a cause for concern. At the moment, it's not an issue. Free entry to the park, so we're charging for rides. We've got chairlift and river rafts. We're not going to use them. We've got some gentle rides. I mean, the water rides could be handy. Possibly we could use them. Not a great selection of coasters. Not a great selection of thrill rides, really. Water rides we've seen, and quite a poor selection of shops. So have a look at this and I think. Right. Okay, so there's no time limit, so we haven't got to worry about rushing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to research shops initially, which I know what you're thinking is, Stu, that's not going to do anything for your park value. But there's no kiosk here. So if we can get a kiosk, then we can do the £20 umbrella trick. So when it rains, we're going to get a ton of cash. We can also get a few food shops out, hopefully, and then perhaps shoot for awards like best foods or something like that. So best park food. So that'll give us a boost in guests, which will mean that we've got more money from ride tickets, etc. After that, I think what we're going to do is go straight into researching thrill rides, because, well, let's not beat around the bush. Let's just come out and say it. For a scenario like this, it's so ugly, I'm not going to play it properly. No way. I am going to just try and beat it quite quickly with little effort. I'm going to say little effort. It's obviously not going to be a little effort. It's going to be a lot of effort. But you know what I mean. So ideally, we're going to want one of the towers, preferably rotor drops, because we can get a ton of cash off them and we can get a ton of park value off them. If not them, then the drop towers, the launch towers will be a good shot. And if not them, then we're going to have to research gentle rides and maybe get an observation tower, because we should be able to get some decent value off them. If not, we'll have to go for coasters, but hopefully we'll have the drop towers. In the meantime, we are going to be wanting to build rides in order to get guests into the park. And I think since it's coming up to Halloween, maybe a haunted house would be the best thing to go for, since it's a 3x3. So when we place it down and build everything around it, then we're already going to have everything ready so that when we unlock a better ride later on, we can just delete the ride and put the better one down. Make sense? Don't worry, you're going to know what I mean once I show you. October, year 1. And look at that. New ride attraction now available. Rotor drop. Did I say Halloween? It's almost like it's Christmas. Yes, Haunted House 16 hasn't been fixed. That is a lot of haunted houses. How many? A lot. Let's see. 55 at least. Okay, so the one drawback about doing this with the haunted houses is the fact that for whatever reason, probably how it's classed in the coding or whatever, it's not classed as a ride when you try and hide it with these things. So it's not scenery, it's not a ride. It's really, really hard to build like that. So what I did was I built one and I did the paths and then I saved it and then I laid it all down one way and then I did the signs, the no entry signs to force them the way I wanted them to go, and benches and whatever else, mechanics, handyman. And then I did the ones on the other side, saved that. So we've got a couple of different designs that I'm going to use to tile them all the way down. But now since I've just unlocked a rotor drop, then I can go back to replacing these with the rotor drops and doing that. And do you know what? Rather than doing the full huge rotor drops, what we're going to do initially is we are going to build one. Where is it? We can build one. No, we want, let me show you. We can build one just like this. I haven't got enough cash. Right, okay, not enough cash. We can build one. We can just do it like that. Nothing on top. And instead of launching or raising or whatever, it just spins like that. And the benefit for this is not only can we charge a decent amount of cash for it, but it doesn't give the same nausea rating as if it was dropping. So therefore the guests aren't going to get as sick and our paths aren't going to get full of sick. And we're not going to have to hire as many handymen to deal with all the sick. But we still get to reap the rewards from all the cash. And then later, once we've paid back the loan, that's when we can have the bigger ones and get the benefit from the park value. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense, you're going to see what I mean. Junior 2, and we've replaced all the haunted houses with the rotor drops. We haven't added anything on top of the rotor drops, so they don't go up and down, they just spin. So we've got decent stats off them, enough that we can charge some cash, and enough to bring a lot of guests into the park. So that's pretty cool. But it's not going to help us to pay back the loan any quicker. So what we're going to have to do is we are going to have to raise the ticket prices on these. We should be able to charge £5 a go. And then we'll see what happens. If the guests stop paying after a while, we can easily replace them quite quickly. So it's not a big deal. We got a decent amount of shops there. So We should be eligible for best shops. No awards at the moment, but we don't really need a lot of guests in the park. We just need to get money. So we need enough guests to earn us a decent amount of cash. So at the moment, we're making about 4,000 a month on ticket sales. If you look just under the middle column there, May, shop sales, 10,000 in that month where it rained. So that's a huge wad there. So that was worth getting the kiosk for. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the way it's turning out so far. Still not happy with the map. The map is really ugly. I mean, why? It wouldn't be so bad if it was a normal sort of terrain, normal grass terrain. It wouldn't be so bad, but the actual goal for this is it's stupid. It's not one that you can play and actually enjoy, and then to have it with such a garish design just makes it worse. So yeah, I am gonna have to keep on top of the sick and things like that around and the overcrowding, but we've got plenty of tricks up the sleeve to sort that out. Junior 5 made 16,000 last month on ride tickets. We've got the loan down to 1,000. I'll keep it at 1,000 until I'm ready to pass the scenario, and then it'll just be a case of dropping that down and we'll pass. So the first stage was putting down enough rides in a tileable format whilst we're researching the better rides. We did that, then we moved on to the better rides, as in the rotor drop, in order to start paying back the loan. And then we've used a combination of these go-karts and the Virginia Rail. So the thing about the go-kart is, the way I did it was in such an easy, tileable way, so that at some point I could replace it with a better ride. In this case, the twister coasters. If we look at the profit, then you can see we're making huge amounts of cash from these ones as well. These Virginia Rails as well, very simple design, decent stats, charging £5 a go on them. But don't let the simplicity fool you, because we have won an award for the park with the best roller coasters. Cool. And then over here, then I've got some water rides down, just so that we've got 6 of them. That means we're eligible for park with the best water rides, because it'll get an extra few guests into the park if we win them. We don't need them, but it'll help with paying back the loan, which, you know, we've already done. Oh, tidiest park in the country. Excellent. They obviously didn't see all the sick around the place. So we've done that. Now we can move on to the final part of the strategy then. And what that'll entail is we will delete one of these rides at the back. We'll replace it with a new rotor drop, raise it to maximum height level, put it on test. So then the intensity and nausea will come back at like 25 each. That'll give us huge park value. And because we're going to leave it on test, the ride will never age, so will never depreciate. So we'll do about 10, 20 of them, again, at the back, because not many people are going on them anyway. And then that'll boost our park value until we've got over 1 million. I'll do it enough that we've got a buffer. So, because there'll be nothing more embarrassing than trying to pass the scenario and then it dropping. And, oh, I don't think I've mentioned something. Do you know what? We'll leave it till later. You might have caught it on the time lapse, but we'll leave it. September year 5, and we've got 24, I believe it is, rotor drops at full height, and that helps get us a park value of over 1 million. So it's over 1.1 million. I can't even do numbers. I can't even math. I've forgotten how to math. So all we need to do is pay back the loan. But before we do that, we should have a moment of silence for mechanic 6, who fell into the water and drowned quite early on in the scenario. So I've done a little memorial for him on this island here. So yeah, let's have a brief moment of silence. That's enough. Okay, so yeah, I think yeah, we're a horrible scenario. Let's just pass it and move on. Right, so we've got the park value, we've paid back the loan. Excellent. And we've done it. Hallelujah. Thank you. Cool. Yeah, that was appropriately a horror show of a scenario. Appropriate, because hopefully this will go out around Halloween time. Yeah. I'm really hoping the scenarios get better, because it is draining. Really draining. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and there you go. Tidiest park in the country yet again. So thank you very much. And if you want to leave any condolences for Mechanic 6 at the bottom, the comment section is open. Yeah, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.